What's up, CBC? Wanted to take a minute to share with you about our upcoming sermon series through Philippians that we're titling The Gospel-Shaped Church. We're calling it that because amidst all the challenges, anxieties, tensions the church in Philippi was dealing with, Paul shows us that the ultimate answer for all those things is found in the gospel. Really, the crux of the letters in Philippians 2, 5 through 11, it's there that Paul brings in this beautiful hymn about the incarnation, crucifixion, resurrection, and exaltation of Jesus Christ. Paul's showing that it's this message, the gospel, that has to shape everything about the Philippian church. Their life is to be patterned after the truth of the gospel. For example, Paul shows that it's the gospel that establishes and shapes our identity. That if we are in Christ, we are united with Him, and He is our life, and now we are citizens of His eternal kingdom. That's our identity. The gospel also then shapes the way that we relate to one another in the church, that we are to be like Christ and how we serve one another in humility, and how we seek one another's interest and not our own desires. Then finally, the gospel shapes the way that we relate to the world and view the world. Our role now is to be lights in the world who exist to make Christ known and to make disciples who love Him and treasure Him above all else. We are to think and live differently than the world around us. We have joy that transcends the ups and downs, the unpredictabilities of this world. And so those are some of the big themes that we are going to be looking at and unpacking over the next few months, just for the next few weeks, so you know where we're going with those. We'll really meet the Philippian church this week. We're going to look in Acts 16, 11 through 40 and see the power of the gospel to raise up this church of diverse people who have no connection to one another, and by the power of the Spirit, bring them into one family. We'll see the establishment of the church, and then next week we'll be looking at an overview of some of the themes we just mentioned about the letter of Philippians as a whole. So how can you prepare for this as we get ready for the next few months of going through this letter together? I think first would just be to pray for your heart and the hearts of others as we gather, that they would be open to the message of Philippians, that we would not just be hearers of the word, but we would be doers of the word, following through in obedience to all that's revealed to us. One thing that I would encourage you to do ahead of time and throughout the study is to read Philippians, just to immerse ourselves in this letter and to soak it up. And then finally, if you'd like a kind of a bigger overview getting ready for this, I'm going to attach a link to the Bible Project overview for this book. Love what the guys at the Bible Project do, so hopefully that'll be helpful if you want to take 8 or 9 minutes is usually what they are to look at that and see kind of a big picture of where we're going in Philippians. But either way, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend and just over the next several months, rejoicing in the truth of the gospel with you, asking God to continually reshape our lives and the life of our church by this message of Christ's life, death, and resurrection.